Hey, how you guys doing? IVICOX. Yeah, so this is a showcase and tutorial. Had enough time to kind of squeeze this in there. So, this is just going to be me showing you what you can do with it, which you can go to floor 2, floor 1, from any floor up and down, and we're just going to basically demonstrate that. So in this footage here, I'm showing that you can use this without the glitch, and then at the end I'm going to show a little clip of me using the glitch. So you can see it just takes me right up. And there you go. Yeah, so let's go down to floor 1 and ground floor. So pre-programmed still available on this. This elevator is a lot smaller than the other one, and it's a lot less laggy. There's a lot less pistons going off at the same time. I really had to go out of my way to time it to do that. So floor 1 and 2, so we're pre-programming it. So we're going to make a stop at floors 1 and 2. Same thing, you need to dead center yourself in between these pistons, more on the right side. Look at the button, you hit it, look down, let go of your controller, takes you right up. Then same thing, back up against the wall, get more on the right side, hit the up button, look down, and there you go. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. Anyway, so let's just go down to ground, and then we are going to look at the other footage for the glitch, so you guys can see that. Alright, so this elevator has a lot of redstone around it, just a lot of redstone. So when I actually go in this elevator, it's going to actually use the glitch because it's there's a lot of things going on. So this is pretty much how it would work in survival, and this is to demonstrate the glitch. So I look at it, hit the button, look down, and then let go of my controller, and then you'll see it just passed me up, and now I can jump and I'm up on top. That's how the glitch works. So yeah, let's go ahead and build this thing. But anyway, I always build facing west, so as you can see my character is actually looking left of the map. So make sure that you build it either left or right of your map, which would be west, east or west, and then south and north is definitely not the area in which you want to build. So first thing that we want to do is we want to do a 10 by 9 hole by 2 deep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 by 9 by 10, and then another 9. Now I'm going to do a high rise of all this wool if you feel like you can copy it. It's just really good marking points. So I made this elevator so that you could build this directly on bedrock if you wanted to, but you do need 1 block of space. So what this means is you only need to dig 2 blocks down, and then you're going to need an extra block of space here. So let me high rise it. So I'm looking west, and I'm just going to high rise and look down, and then you guys can basically copy what I have there. The holes and everything would be beneficial to you. So yeah, if you need to, pause it and get it copied up as much as possible. Let me go left so you can use the white and black wool to gauge where things are. Alright, so the next thing is knock those 2 out, and then we're going to go ahead and put torches here. And of course you'd want to knock these 2 holes out, and then right here. So this elevator is designed to be less laggy. So next thing we want to do is our deck. So what we're gonna want to do is put a little 4x4 platform, and this is going to be for our elevator shaft. And then we're going to go ahead and knock out this area here. Go ahead and put repeaters in here, and then redstone, just like that. And then you're going to need some sticky pistons here, normal pistons here. And then since we're here, you're going to want to do the animation fix, which is to just bury up this area, and that way you don't see through the bottom of the elevator when it's extending. So you should have this now. We do a high rise of it so you guys can really see it. So 4x4 with pistons like that. So next thing you want to do, knock that out, and now it should be a 5x4. So 4 wide by 5 like that. And then we're going to go ahead and just build our deck. So this hole is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 5. And don't forget this block here. Had to put those in so that I could make this tutorial perfect for you. Okay, so we're just going to crack right into the structure. And what we need to do is we need this elevator is exactly 25 blocks tall. Each floor is exactly the same, so we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to have a floor there. And then we're going to go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then there'll be another floor there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's going to be the elevator. That'll be each floor. So ground 1 and 2. And then here we're going to want to do the same thing, just bring it up 25 blocks exactly. And then same over here. And this does not have to be made out of any specific material. You don't have to use the wool, although I will say that the wool does help in certain stuff. So I'm going to be skipping through this, but basically what you want to do is you want to fill in these areas here. Just fill them all the way in, and then leave this part open. So I will see you guys in a sec. Alright, so this is what you should have now. Basically a 4 by 25, and then you'll have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 25. And then we're just going to go ahead and put in our floors here. I'm not going to fill in the entire floor. I'm just going to do the, just necessary blocks, and then I'll fill it in later. So that's floor 2, and then here's floor 1. Just like, damn it, just like that. Okay, so this is optional, this top piece, but we're going to go ahead and just start here. I like mine to look like this, so glowstone. This is just my preference. You don't actually have to do this. So I usually do that, and then I knock this out and just make it look like that. So we want to do the same on each floor, which is basically you come here and you want to make a 2 by 3, then throw in 2 pieces of glowstone. It does not have to be glowstone, and then blocks underneath like that. Same here. So a 2 by 3. And then right there. Right, so come around through here. That's what you should have now. Some really big differences on this elevator compared to the other one. So it does have really similar circuits. So across from where we put the glowstone, this beam, that's going to be holding our redstone. And this is just one of the first big changes. So what we're going to need to do is, these are always going to be inverted, and what this is going to do is make it so you don't have to set your floors manually. It's just going to do it automatically for you. So on the very top floor you do not need anything but what you see here. It's going to be 2 sticky pistons. You should see them both extend. If they don't, something's wrong. And then we're going to do the same here, except for we're going to knock this out. Repeater, no delay, knock those 2 blocks out. Go ahead and put your sticky pistons in. 2 blocks, and then make sure you put that redstone next to this block. Should power both pistons like that. There you go. So that's done. You can leave them inverted, just like that. And now what we need to do is we need to build our structure here. So we need to bring this up 20 blocks exactly, which would be, I think, level with that part of the floor right there. So 2 more. Should be a total of 2 in width here. Same here. And then come to the edge of our platform here and bring that up 20 as well. Do the same on this side. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put in our pistons now. So starting from the right, you want to go every other. Oops. You'll know you're correct if it matches up right, so you should see that that's like that, and then we want to do the same on this side, just every other. So just to let you guys know, at the end of this video I'm going to go into some pretty heavy how to use this, how do you ride it, because it does require technique. So now we want to go ahead and place in our normal pistons. Come back down here and then fill this in with just whatever material you're making the elevator out of. It does not have to be birch, as I said before. Just the way I like my elevators looking. There is another thing too, is that this will perform quite differently on survival compared to a flat map. And yeah, so once you have your pistons in, they should all look like this. Let me do a little backup, and yeah. Alright, so now we need to get our full extensions off of these. So everywhere you see a piston, you want to put a block in between, like that, all the way up. Oops. Damn it. I have my sensitivity up too high. And then repeaters, and you want no delay on them whatsoever. And we want to do the same on this side, except for you can see that it's every other and it's an odd. And then this last one on top, you can go ahead and fill that in. And just to let you know that this piston does nothing, it doesn't extend or nothing. You could actually use a normal block if you're trying to save material, but I like mine to look the same. So anyway, that's how I do mine, just like that. Alright, so that part's done. We just need to move on to the blue circuit. Okay, so blue circuit, it's a lot different than the other one. What we're going to do is we're going to knock this block out here. We're going to place in 4 blocks like that. So 4 blocks, and then we're going to need a repeater here, full delay, and then redstone like that. A repeater here on 2 ticks, redstone just like that. And then next to it we're going to need a little 3 and 3, so a 2x3 platform. You're more than welcome to make this the same. I usually knock this out just to save material. And then right here where we got this redstone, we're going to go ahead and bring it to the edge of our 10 wide hole. Grab whatever material you like and then come in here and sever the connection like that. What this is going to do is it's going to create a pulse lengthener for that bottom piston. One of the things that caused us to lag so much and made the elevator stop working is that there's too many things going off at once. So what we're doing here is we're limiting how many things can go off. And just in case you guys didn't notice, the timings on this, they do need to be the same. So 4, none, and then 2. You mess up any of these and you're going to get stuck right in that spot. And so I'm going to go ahead and skip to the completion of this. Just don't have enough time to do the whole thing with you. But when you get up to the top, it should be just like that. It'll be right here. You should have a 3, and then you don't want anything on it. And then this next section here, you only need 1 repeater on the top with redstone on full delay like that. So that would be done. So the bottom and top are the same. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, so this is what you should have. 2 ticks on this back like that, and then none and 4 all the way up and down, and then redstone behind it like that. And then this top one, of course, doesn't need a repeater here. Alright, so we are going to be starting on our red, green, light blue, and then yellow. So I'm going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be skipping through. So your stuff should look just like this. So I'm going to build a little bit of the circuit for you. So below the blue you want to do this, just to start yourself off. And you want to bring that all the way up until you're level with the top right here. Just level with the blue circuit. Alright, so repeaters facing the side of the elevator, and then these ones facing the opposite, like that. And then the easiest way is to put your torches on this side first, extending the elevator, and then go from the top down after you've built it, and then you should hear it retract itself. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and see you guys in a second. Alright, you should have this now. Remember to put no delay on these repeaters. It should look just like this. And then we're going to come behind here and just do a quick little test. Remember that this is orientational, meaning it does have to face another direction. So many people miss that on the last one. So make sure they're all extended, and then make sure it came up level, like that. Okay, so we can go ahead and remove this torch. Should see all of the blue circuit just slowly go from the bottom up. And then look in there, and then if any pistons are sticking out, then you want to go around the back wherever it's sticking out and check your timings on this. So it's almost dark. We got enough time to do our in-between green circuit, so we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. So just bring up a line of green wool to right there, and then from the bottom up just go every other block. And then redstone on it. So when this is on the down position, you should see power through it, which is something really good for us. So let me make it day real quick and we'll finish up the green circuit. Alright, so we want the same exact circuit as we did for the red. It should match up, just a mirror image of it. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to build just a couple blocks with you and then skip to the completed one. So you'd want to build this up and then come do the same thing, just come level with the red circuit. So you should have it, it should be right up at that level. Doesn't need to be any higher than that. And then you'll want to put repeaters up it and then repeaters down it, like that. And then you're going to want to put these on 4 ticks on the left side and then 2 ticks here. So these timings have to be done. I timed it to have where you don't take fall damage, and then the whole thing should look like that. So let me go ahead and finish this and I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, so we can start on our light blue. So light blue is right here, and you just want to go 2 blocks and then 1 and then 1 over. Be careful not to accidentally add a tick on that repeater. I've seen too many people do that. This is the easiest way to do it, is to basically just right across from this red block, just go every other up, and then do this, and be careful not to hit that repeater. So one of the tricks to building any contraption is to just take your time and be patient, and don't get wrapped up with how awesome it's going to be and rush through it. So torches on this side of it, just all the way up, like that. Do the same on this side. And this is going to be for instant retraction, like that. And then we need redstone all the way up, just like that. So that's what you should have now. And so we can go ahead and do some other stuff first. So next to this, we're going to go ahead and put some red blocks with torch and repeater. Same here, just like that. Alright, yellow circuit. So due to lag and other things, we have to put timings on this now that we didn't before, so it's not exactly the same circuit. So yeah, I'm going to build a little bit of it with you, and then we will go ahead and compare our circuits. This is the last circuit for the actual up and down part of the elevator. So once you've built this up level with the blue circuit, you want to start with a repeater facing towards this repeater going into the red circuit, and then you want it facing right, then facing left, then facing right, then facing left, like that. Then you'll need redstone down it like that, and then you'll need redstone below each repeater that's facing right. So as you can see, just like that. If you're not sure, just put redstone on the whole thing. Alright, then you're going to want to come around here, put yellow blocks like that, and then in this very top section you won't need one, so you can stop right there. And then you're going to need repeaters going all the way down it like that, and then we need to put 4 ticks of delay on this, on the whole thing. Just on that side, these don't have to have any delay. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this and see you in a sec. Alright, so this is what we should have now. So 4 ticks here and then none on this one. And then don't forget this little dab of redstone. We're going to do a quick test on this, but first we need to hook up our monostable down on the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So redstone coming from this block, and then from here come to there, right across from that redstone, a repeater, have it come across like that, and then right here we're going to need a repeater. So sticky piston, this is going to be our 1 tick pulse generator, which what we're doing here is we're making a toggleable T flip-flop. It uses a monostable, and we're going to go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and just show you it real quick. You can see that it throws the block off of the sticky piston. It's supposed to do that. It's a feature, and then when we give it power again, it retracts the block like so. If this is not working, it's facing the wrong direction. As you can see, this monostable can only work facing east or west. So right now it's firing west. So yeah. Alright, so off of this right here, we're going to need to come over 2 blocks, and then we want a yellow block here. We want a repeater on no delay, repeater here on no delay with some redstone, and then right here, sticky piston facing down. The animation's still screwed up on this part of our update, so you know it will be kind of confusing because the piston looks like it's pointing up, but it's not. I use red on this. But yeah, so that should be our up and down. We're going to go ahead and, before we do anything more, we're going to go ahead and do our control panels. So yeah, if this isn't working, you built it facing the wrong direction. Just to reiterate that. So many people did that and then got mad at me, even though I specifically said in the beginning of the video that this is orientational. Now maybe people don't know what that means, but so you should have that. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of hard when I build something so that it lasts. I could put in a monostable that has no orientational problems for the Xbox 360. There's only 2 problems. It would make this elevator at least 4 wider because this monostable is so small. So yeah, that's our control panel. And then we're going to want to put a torch here. And I'm not going to need any more black wool. I like to use red for this circuit. So you should have something just like that, and then it needs redstone here, torch, redstone. What this is going to do is just push this piston down for us and then activate our on and off. So we're going to go ahead and do our green. Should come right in to the same height as this. Then we're going to need 2 repeaters and then just connect the redstone in. So that will have up and down now. So I need to make this daytime real quick, and then we'll go ahead and do some testing on this. Alright, so we're just going to test the up and down and see if it works. It should. If it doesn't work, your monostable's wrong, or you're missing some redstone on this little red circuit here. So up. There we go. Down. So this has two features on it. If you use the down button, it's going to do a slow retraction, not a fast retraction, and I'll show you that. So if you have friends in the room and they're complaining about lag when you're using the elevator, you'd want to use the down button. But if you want it to go back fast, hit the up button and you'll see it retracts a lot faster. So it's a two-featured thing, just something I added in on this. So the next thing we need to do is our floor selection, and it's only one circuit because this is only 3 floors. Well, ground 1 and 2. So we want to come here where our control panel is, put a torch, and then we're going to need red, pink, white, and yeah, that'll work for now. So we want to do the same thing we did down there. This one's going to be a little different than the old version. Everything on this elevator is designed to prevent and get rid of lag, so we don't need a torch on this anymore. We do need to fix this though. This was my fault. Sorry about that, you guys. It should be like this. We should do the same up here. Forgot these torches were matched up, so it should be like that. Sorry about that. So yeah, next thing, pink circuit, which would be 3 blocks like that, one over here. You're going to need a repeater facing that way, and then a repeater facing this way on 3 ticks going into that. And then you're going to need a block up, block down, delete the middle. You're going to need a redstone torch with redstone, repeater, and then we're going to go ahead and do our white circuit, which is off of this. Come over 1 block past that piston, delete this, redstone, 1 more block there with a torch on it, like that. Okay, so next thing we need is our monostable. So this one, as you can see, it's actually facing west, so that's why it's made like this. It's also very small, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and change the color of this to white. That way if you guys have any issues with it, you guys can say that. And then white circuit here. This is an orientational fix in the future. So the only thing you really need is this repeater, but to be safe, have all this here, and then in the future, when we get into higher updates, that will make this continually work. Alright, so off of this piston, we need to go 1, 2, and 3 down, delete those, and then we're going to need a torch. Then off that torch, we're going to need block, come 1 up, and then make this pattern here. Then come underneath, delete that and this. Normal piston here, sticky piston here. Then I use a red block just to represent that this is where power is going to connect. And this is where this circuit's going to get real simple. So we're going to go ahead and just wire this up first. So redstone on both those corners and then a repeater. So when this monostable sticks this block down, it's going to power both these pistons, and that piston should be facing down. Alright, so we might as well wrap up this white circuit since we're here. That is going to send power into this block, stopping it, but we do need to change it real quick. We need to get rid of this redstone. We need a repeater on no delay here, repeater on no delay here. And then we're going to need to compensate. So 3 ticks, because these are 4 and then there's nothing but redstone. So it's 4 then 2. So we need to make this the same. So by subtracting 1 tick on this, this gives us 4 delay. And then we're going to need where that torch that we put, we're going to need a sticky piston. I use red, you don't need red, and then redstone. What this is going to do is it's going to make it so when we hit the down button, this is either going to be extended, allowing it to continue all the way down, or not. So that's what that does. Alright, so we are going to do the modified circuit, which is to prevent lag and to make this work. So off of here we're going to need a light blue wool, and we need to bring it all the way over so it connects right into this green circuit, and then we need another one here. We're going to need a repeater here. You do have to have that repeater there, and then we want this to connect in with no repeater, just right into that block, and then you want it to come here, and then where it connects, just block it off. And what this is going to do is it's going to create the perfect times for us. So we got a total of 3 ticks of delay coming through this wall with a subtraction of 1. So that basically is going to make it so you do not have to worry about setting your bar anymore. It's either going to be up or down depending on whether this has been active or not, which makes this, really lag free. So before we go any further, we need to grab some sandstone and just complete our. This is what lifts you up when you go from this floor up. So when you go from floor 1 to floor 2, you're going to need this circuit. So redstone there, and then come over till you're about right there. This block, delete it, and then across from it we're going to need a piston. I use red wool myself, and what this is going to do is when the elevator's up, it's going to allow power through, allowing this piston to do an extension, and then when it's retracted it won't. So yeah, no reason to test anything just yet. This thing's not even really completed. So we do need our magenta circuit, and we need our gray circuit for our smart piston. So we're going to go ahead and hook up our, let me get rid of this wool real quick. We're going to go ahead and hook up the down real quick. So we need to come in here while we got the room and build this little platform. And this is the reset for our down. So redstone there. Come in here, repeater, 3 ticks. Repeater against this piston, 3 ticks. And we're going to need one more block. And then we're going to need a repeater right underneath that torch. Kind of tough to get to, but you can get to it. Then redstone like that. That's going to be a reset for this. And then right here, we need to get this circuit into here so that we can tell it to send a signal down. So there you go, that's that. So our down should be completely hooked up. Do not forget the 3 ticks timings on this. Alright, so now we are going to go ahead and do our magenta circuit. I think it's actually a magenta, but anyway, I call it magenta. So like that, 4 ticks of delay. You'll see that this circuit has been shrunk down severely. Come over to where this piston is, delete that block, and we're going to need to build another monostable. So repeater here on 4, we do a little high rise, and we're going to create another monostable. This is just to tell it when it should stop on a floor and when it shouldn't. So come up 3 blocks up like that, delete those 2, look down, then you should have a piston that's just like that. Now I use red here, but you can use whatever color. So when this activates, when this thing gets active, it's going to place this block in, just monostables it right in, and then power is going to come through here, go down here and reset the monostable, and then stop the elevator where we want it to. So that's what this is for, this magenta circuit. So you can see it's a lot smaller than it used to be. It's just a couple blocks, 1 input, and that's it. So that floor is all done. So we do need our smart piston, so that's the last part of this circuit. So right here where we put that repeater and torch, we need to put our gray circuit. Whoops, it should look like that. Then we need to come over 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 up. Then we need to bring it till it's level with the yellow circuit. Place a block here, come over here, and then connect it in. And then on this bottom floor we need to do this, and then on the next floor we'll need to do a different one. So repeaters here, 4 ticks and 2. And then right here where this torch is, we need a repeater on 1 tick, and then same thing, 4 and 2. That's going to be a pulse lengthener. Connect it in there like that. Do not forget the redstone underneath that torch. We'll need a repeater here. Then we can go ahead and just run our redstone directly in like that. Okay, sticky piston there with a block on it. I'm going to need to make it day again, so I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, so now that it's light and you can see a little better, just make sure your timings match mine. You have everything the same. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure everything's the same, otherwise it's not going to work. Alright, so we need to tell this piston right here. We need to add this piston in. So underneath here we're going to need to put 2 pistons like that. Sticky piston facing up like that. This one's a normal facing down, and this one's a sticky facing up. Right. So we need to come in here, block like that, block up, block over, and then delete that one. Then we're going to need a repeater here, 4 ticks, and then we'll need to come in here, repeater here, 4 ticks, and just connect it in. And then this is going to tell this elevator when it can do an instant extension and when it can't. Just like that. So in the future, this little angle here is going to make it so we don't have to do any kind of updates on this. So for anybody that's done my elevator for this, you can use all of this new stuff I'm showing you, this new pattern here, and convert your circuit on the old styled one. And what it's going to do is just prevent a lot of lag. So this is all done. We just need to do our top floor, which is really similar. We just don't need the magenta circuit. So yeah, go ahead and put a torch in. Blocks like that, 1 up, 2 down, 1 under. Redstone, torch, redstone, sticky piston, block on it, and then that should come down and it'll tell it when to do an instant extension. And then we're going to go ahead and put in our pink circuit. We only need 1/2 of it, like that. 3 ticks on that. And then same thing here, same as before. 1 up, 1 down, delete it, torch, repeater, redstone. And we're going to go ahead and put in our white circuit. White circuit, oops, 4 blocks like that, delete it, redstone torch, and then redstone like that. Should shut it off. Alright, we can go ahead and build our monostable now. Go ahead and use white again, and then another sticky piston facing down, red block on it, and then off of that 1, 2, and then 3, torch on it. And then we need to put in our patch for future orientational problems, which will be repeater, redstone, just like that. Alright, so off of this, same as before, build this pattern, come underneath, sticky piston, non-sticky, and then this one needs a block on it, and then 1, 2, 3 down, delete the 2, and then that. So we can go ahead and start on our light blue, which is only needs to hook up and tell the floor when to drop the safety rail. So another saving feature. I'm going to go ahead and just do this. Delete those. Redstone. And then block this off so it doesn't connect. And then that's just going to tell the floor when it should lower and not. And then that's done. So all we need to do now, hook up our down button, and also we need to finish hooking this up, which it does need redstone here and here, and then it needs a repeater going that way like that, and then we're going to do our dark gray circuit after we do our green. So this one's the same. It needs a little like that, and then repeater, and then 3 ticks on that, and then block here, here, and here, and then we'll need one more there. Come up, needs to connect back into this pink block. Do that, and then we'll need a repeater here, 3 ticks, redstone, like that, and then we want to do the same thing we did on the other floor. So 2 blocks over, and then it needs to connect right here into this green circuit to send a nice signal down at an extended pulse like that. So that green, the down button's all hooked up now. Alright, so next stage is to do our wiring, which is barely anything on this one. So finish off this dark gray circuit first. So same as we did on the other one, so block over, under like that. Go ahead and drag it across. It should be 4 blocks. Then we need to go 1 up, bring it out till it's level with the yellow circuit. Delete that, 1 up, and right here 4 blocks, and then we need to put in our sticky piston. So a normal piston, and then come 2 down, delete that, sticky piston like that. Normal piston here, block on it, doesn't matter what color, and then we'll need a repeater here right before that piston, and then we can just redstone this like that. And then we are going to need to put 2 repeaters here and then 1. This one needs to be on 4 and then 2. Redstone, and then don't forget the redstone underneath there. Alright, so this one's different than the bottom. We just need to have it come in, connect like that. 2 repeaters, 4 and 2. Then we want to come underneath here, and then right here should come up right next to that repeater. We want to do that, drag it out until it connects to this. And then we're going to need to come in here, repeater 4 ticks, 4 ticks, and then redstone telling this piston to extend up. So that's all done. So all we need to do now is just hook up our up and down, which is really easy on this one. Okay, so we're going to do our clay first. What we need to do is just put 2 blocks there, 1 up, just like that. Then we're going to come up here where this floor is, see where the button is. We're going to need 1 there, like that, and then 1 up just like that. Go ahead and do our repeaters now. Repeater, repeater, torch, torch, and then we're just going to do this one first, so every other block until it's about that high. So that should be perfect. So the wiring for this is come out like that, just like that, redstone, repeater, and then redstone. And that's going to tell the floor when to activate and when not to. And then we're going to go ahead and just bring this up, and we might as well just bring it all the way to about there, say level with the floor, and then knock out every other like that. So we're going to put torches on this, and we need to put a flip torch in it, which is a torch under the repeater and then over. And then this is going to make this repeater so that when you hit it, it will activate the next floor for you. Then we can just continue this up and come right here, do that, repeater here, redstone, and that's done. So now we need to just send a signal telling our magenta circuit to tell this one to stop. So Next to this green repeater, we want to skip one and go in the middle. Orange block 2 out, like that, and then a repeater, and then we need to make this an amber gate. So amber gate is basically looks like a claw, like that. Sticky piston facing down, and then same thing. Torch, repeater, and then we're gonna finish this amber gate. If I can get down there, there we go. Amber gate. Then we're gonna put a torch here, and I'm going to go ahead, I like mine to look the same color, so you can see that that's going to send a signal to this. When we hit the button on the top floor, it's going to tell it to activate or not. There we go. There we go. So what we've done here is we've limited a lot of lag. We've got rid of, I can't even count how many torches and pistons, but this thing should be wrapped up. We just need to do some cosmetic stuff. For those of you that have done the first tutorial, the note blocks, you're going to need to shrink it. I don't have enough time on this video to show you guys that. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. If you've done this elevator right here, you'll have no problems. Let me make it day, and then we're going to do some pretty, I'm just going to show you how to use the elevator, how it works, its limitations, and so on. We'll also do some cosmetic patches, so see you in a sec. Alright, so we are at the end of the tutorial. As you can tell, I basically did the cosmetics. Feel free to copy it. And so these are the note blocks. Before we do this, I'm just going to show you that we need to wrap this circuit up with one little touch. This pink wool needs to connect right into our torch area, this monostable. And then as a note, you do not want to bury this block. So you could put blocks all around it like this, but it does need to extend up. So yeah, I wanted to keep this video under an hour. So yeah, I troubleshooted this, had no problems with it, everything was cool. In the beginning of the video I show you how to write it, so refer back to that when you're trying to test this and write it. And so I'm going to show you what you can and can't do with this just real quick. This is how you work the control panel, which up calls it up to you, up sends it up calls it down to you, and then the only time you want to use down is when you're actually going down to a floor or if you're resetting it. So by default I designed this elevator to always be off like that. So when you use this, when you write it, say I write it to floor 2, just either leave it up or send it down for a reset. Which would be this. If I was to have written it up here, it would instantly extend, obviously I'd be up here. And then when I'd get off the elevator, I'd want to just send it down and then go off to wherever my crafting room or whatever I have on this floor. Same thing. That's pretty much how you do it. That's all that we need to do. And then just do a little quick zoom in on the purple circuit for you. So on the very top you just connect some redstone and then 3 blocks torch and note block here. Same here. I would try to use only 2 per floor here. Any more than that, it does seem to affect the ride a little bit. And yeah, so the footage in the beginning of the video is what I'm going to do next. Sounds weird, but yeah. Anyway, so that would be the completed version of this elevator. That's all the time I got. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have any issues with it, things aren't working right, remember to check and make sure that you're facing this the right orientation. Obviously I'm saying this at the end of the video, I said it at the beginning. The hole is 10 by 9, everything's cool. So yeah, comment, like, and subscribe, and have a good one.